Welcome back to Elevation 44. It's your girl B. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, family. Today we are diving into none other than the Leo new moon, okay? So I'm gonna break down everything you need to know about this new moon. But before we do that, I'm gonna just get into some housekeeping items. So just wanna let you guys know that my website is refreshed. It's been elevated, and I am now opening up my services slowly but surely. So my first service is opening, and I have that on the website for any of you who are interested in working with me one-on-one. I feel like this is a good way for me to connect with you guys and just be able to talk to you and be able to like fellowship and all of that good stuff. So if you are in need of, my service in terms of getting some type of, counsel or information, or just you need somebody to listen, to walk you through whatever you're thinking about, I got you. I'll use my astrological knowledge. I'll use my life skills and knowledge. Bring all of that to the table to help you navigate through whatever you're dealing with, okay? So check out the website if you're interested in that. I'll leave the link down in the description box below. I always do. So, that's that. Okay, so let's get into this Leo new moon. All right, and this new moon is going to be happening on Thursday, July 28th. Like, how the heck is it already the end of July? For real, for real. Like, where is the summer going? Where's the year going? But again, this is why we've got to be really, really intentional about our time. That's why I got that sign up back there. I don't know if you guys can read it, but it says, be intentional about your time, because it is just moving, right? Anyway, so this new moon is going to be happening at 1:54 p.m. and that's Eastern time. So if you're not in the Eastern time zone, you want to go ahead and translate that if that matters to you. And this moon is going to be at 5 degrees, okay? And 5 in numerology is what? The number of change. It really comes to usher in changes, but it's also like a number where it's like, yes, unexpected changes can come in, but it's also self-initiated changes too. Like, you're actively seeking out changes, and it's really more tied to like seeking out happiness, seeking fun, adventure, all of that energy. And who better than Leo energy to bring in the fun, the playfulness, and all of that aspect. So yes, change is really in the air, and the changes that are needing to be made, or like you're yearning for, are all centered around things that are going to help enhance, improve, make your life better, make you happier, more balanced. So Leo is the perfect energy to usher in this energy, or be tied in with this as well, with the number 5. So Leo is all about playfulness, warmth, fun. It's about showing love, like really giving love. A lot of times we talk about Leo in its detrimental aspects, in terms of its negative qualities, which could be prideful, boastful, egotistical, like all of this. But at the core, at the center, Leo is just an energy that encompasses a lot of love, warmth, radiation, and just wants to give that freely without judgment, without anything attached, right? And so that's Leo in its energy in its highest form. And so that's what we're tapping into for this new moon. And this is what we're going to be using to set our intentions, aka manifest with, because there's just a lot of goodness in the air. So really that self-expression of your love, of what the divinity that's within, how it comes out in your relationships, in your partnerships, in your creativity, all of that is going to be highlighted with this new moon, okay? So for those of you who are new to astrology, I'm just gonna stop and talk about like the difference between the new moon and the full moon. The full moon, right, if you are just new here, is a time where the energy reaches its peak. It's kind of like the harvest time or the celebration time. Just think of something like a glass really, really full, right? And then the new moon is a time where that glass is empty and we get to fill it, right? This is where we get to say, this is what I want to fill this cup up with, okay? So this is the time where we plant our seeds, aka set our intentions or manifest, or however you want to say it. So that's why we really pay attention to new moon energy, because this is a time where we can really dive in and set our intentions on what we want to have come into our lives. Now, the new moon is also tied to its full moon, its particular full moon. So now we're experiencing this new moon in Leo. 6 months from now, we're going to have a full moon in Leo. And so the seeds and the things that you're planting now, you should be able to see some type of fruit from that, or you should see some blossoming, at least some blossoming by then. Like you should see some buds blossoming by then. So you always want to pay attention to the corresponding moons, the new moons with the full moons. So it's always really good. I recommend journaling, writing things down, just so that you can reflect back on and say, man, like this is exactly what I was working on 6 months ago. This is where things are now. And then you can kind of compare and contrast or course correct or do whatever you need to do in order to see those manifestations all the way through if they haven't like fully blossomed by then, okay? So I just wanted to like explain that really quickly. So with this new moon in particular, the energy around it is good. It feels good. And I'm like, gosh, thank you. We need a positive boost, because Cancer season, let's talk about Cancer season, okay? I know at the time that I'm filming this video, like we are just transitioning out of Cancer season right into Leo season. But man, Cancer season started off kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. It started off kind of rough and it then got better, okay? And I don't know if a lot of you are feeling this. It feels a lot lighter towards the end of, mid to end of Cancer season. It started to feel a lot lighter as we were starting to transition into that Leo energy. And we need it, right? Because we have, like some of us have been going, especially people with like the heavy cardinal energy. Oh man, we have just, woo, we've been through the ringer, okay? So we've been through a ringer for like a couple weeks now. So this is a welcome relief. It doesn't mean that challenging things are still not happening, but this energy overall is just gonna bring a boost of positivity and just warmth and playfulness and love, and infuse just some optimism into the overall flavor of everything. So this is really good. I want to let you guys know, don't be scared. This is really good. So what we have transit wise happening, and transits are just basically how the planets are moving throughout the signs and how they are going to communicate with each other. So the moon in particular is going to be trining Jupiter. A trine is just a really harmonious exchange of energy, because they sit, or they're in the two planets are in the same type of element, right? So we have Jupiter, which is in Aries, which is a fire element, and then you have the moon in Leo, which is the other fire element, right? So this is just like a really good, think about siblings who just grew up together and get each other, right? Like I got you, yeah, I know where you're coming from, because we come from like the same type of place, right? Even though we're different. So it's that type of energy. And Jupiter is actually stationing to go retrograde on the same day of this new moon, okay? So the summer retrograde season is in full swing, because now we have Jupiter joining the mix. And Jupiter is going to be retrograde in Aries, or will start off retrograding in Aries and move back into Pisces. And this retrograde is going to last about 4 months. So it's going to end at the end of November, okay? So this is really a time when Jupiter's in retrograde, a time for us to like internally reflect, because retrogrades are all about reviewing, you know, kind of where we are, just taking a moment to pause. But it's really about expanding our consciousness when Jupiter is retrograding and is going back into Pisces. And Jupiter in Pisces is just a whole vibe. It is a whole vibe. Now, I'm not going to dive too much into the Jupiter retrograde in particular, because I don't want to take away from this video or make it too long. So I have an entire video about Jupiter retrograde, which I will link down in the description box below or somewhere up here. And In that video, you can actually find your house placement where Jupiter is, transiting in your particular house and figure out how that impacts your life personally. So check out that video. But yes, it's a time to course correct, and Jupiter is going to help us expand our consciousness. Also, it's going to help us assess where we need to bring in more balance, more happiness, to make ourselves happier, to make ourselves feel more complete, more whole, more just good. Because a lot of us walking around here are just really out of whack, we feel off balance in some way or another. So this is going to help us kind of fine tune that, okay? And with Jupiter and Aries is the sign about seeking stimulation. It's really about initiation. There's no other sign better to start something off, get the ball rolling on change or different things that need to happen than Aries. Like Aries kicks off the entire zodiac, procession. So it's like, it is the initiator, it is the starter. So this is perfect for it, okay? So this trine between the moon and Jupiter, this is about to go, that's stationing to go retrograde. It's really about to amplify the good vibes, okay? So here with this trine, we have just being optimistic. We have opportunities for many blessings to come in, especially things that you have set into motion in the past. You can be seeing the fruits of that coming in during this time, or just even planting or receiving new blessings, right? Just putting that in the air. And that can be in terms of your relationships, your, romance, your career, money, all kinds of things. It could expand over all kinds of areas of your life. So this is really, really good energy that we have going on here. Jupiter, while it is about to go retrograde, and it's in the sign of Aries, it's going to be conjunct Chiron, okay? Because Chiron is still, and Chiron is the wounded healer, and the conjunction, it means that they're just gonna blend their energies and fuse their energies together so that we are seeing something that needs to be, dealt with. And what this is giving us the inkling for, or just the yearning for, is an increased need for healing and an increased need for personal improvement, okay? So this is really all about improving our situations. Also that enlightenment factor, elevating that consciousness, that higher mind, expanding the wisdom, okay? The one thing that can be a challenge here is that it can lend itself to us feeling a sense of inner tension as we illuminate the things that we need through the process of things coming up. Sometimes that can create an inner tension between like our wants and needs versus what we feel like we're supposed to be responsible for doing or for others or whatnot. So that can be something that's present during this time, but it's helping us usher in positive changes. It's also helping us get our manifestations and our focus together for this 8/8 portal that is coming up on August 8th, right? If you don't know about the 8/8 portal, it's just really a day where the energies are aligned up just to like open and expand things out in a positive way, where you can really use that boost to set intentions in terms of abundance, positivity, happiness, all of that type of stuff. So it's kind of fitting into this theme and helping us really think about what we really want to manifest in terms of those things in our life. The one thing that is happening at the same time of this new moon, and this has been happening and it's getting, ready to come to its exact point, is the conjunction between Uranus, Mars, and the North Node in the sign of Taurus, okay? And I made a whole video, on that, and it's an important video, so I hope if you haven't not seen that, you check that out. So I will also link that video. You guys have a lot to go check out today, but I will also link that video because it is very, very important that you pay attention to that as well, because that conjunction right there is ushering in change, and it's going to be unexpected types of changes. It's going to be like the jaw-dropping types of changes that no one sees coming. So I have that video out, but again, it's all about change, right? And this change we can influence the change being positive. It's where we direct our energy. It's where we focus, right? So I just want to leave you with that change doesn't have to be completely out of your control. You can help, influence the change and influence it in a positive way. All right. So what are some things that we can focus on in terms of setting our intentions or trying to manifest? Like, what are some good themes for Leo season and this Leo new moon in general? Okay. So manifestation of love, romance. Some of y'all need to get out there and just get out and go date, meet some people, socialize, you know what I mean? Do some things because you are just feeling unbalanced or kind of unhappy in like the routine of just kind of like how life is. It's gotten boring. So some of you just need to really get out and like spark things up in that department. Also, children, if you're looking to have kids or you just want to take on more childlike qualities and have fun and adventure in that way, that is something that you can set your intentions or be planting your seeds on. But also, just healthy relationships, like going down the rabbit hole of love and relationships or romance and fun and play and all of that. It's like set it for it to be healthy and fruitful and beneficial, right? Also, creative projects. So manifestation or setting your intentions on some creative projects, hobbies, anything that you feel passionate about, because Leo is that energy of passion, right? It just gets, and so putting your eyes on any of those things that you've, been thinking about or you want to further expand on, this is a great time to set your intentions on that. Encouragement, generosity to others, because Leo has that energy of so much to give and wants to give freely. And where can you get, like setting some intentions on how you can give encouragement and how you can be generous with the things that you've learned, with your time, with your resources. Maybe you've been getting pulled in a certain direction to, counsel people or share certain things. These are the things that you can expand on further, during your whole new moon rituals and setting intentions and stuff like that. Fun, we talked about that. Fun. Infusing some more fun in your life, celebration, joy, pleasure. What brings you pleasure? Like, if you can't identify yet what has brought, what are the things that bring you pleasure, this is the time to dive into that and then ask for some of that to be, or cultivate more of that to come into your life, okay? Self-confidence, okay? Self-confidence, self-expression, and in the unapologetic way. Like, I am who I am. This is who I am going to be, and this is how I'm going to express. And if it's in a healthy and a balanced way, then so be it, however the world takes it. You know what I mean? This is where I'm stepping into. So your self-confidence, your self-expression. Also, this is a great time to set intentions if you have been exhausted and you've been feeling drained, to restore yourself, to bring balance to yourself, because this is all about infusing positivity into our lives, bringing in more joy, bringing in more excitement, bringing in more love, bringing in more optimism, more creativity, the things that fuel and feed us in the most positive and nourish us in the most positive way. So if you have been on the cycle of exhaustion and you feel like you're done with the hamster wheel, really focusing on restoring yourself, balancing yourself during this time. So your power herb that I would recommend at this time, it's not really an herb, but I would recommend working with sunflower, because sunflowers are plentiful right now, and it's just like a beautiful energy that can help us like really, get deeper and capitalize on all the things that we talked about. And also citrus, anything citrusy, so oranges, lemons, like anything with that, the aromatherapy of using essential oils that are citrusy, or citrus peel, or anything in the citrus department, I think would be wonderful as well. And then your power crystal is citrine, because citrine is a wonderful, wonderful crystal for all of the things that we talked about: positivity, abundance, joy, happiness. And I've got this citrine cluster here, and I keep this in my office because it's attracts abundance and keeps the energy in here light and free and keeps me focused. So if you can get your hands on some citrine, you don't need to do something that big, like you could just get a little citrine stone. That works perfectly too. But know that you are all the energies and you have everything within you. Like the herbs and the crystals and all of these other things are nice additions and they're great tools to use to help you, but you have everything, you're already equipped with everything that you need inside. So all you have to do is focus your energy and your intention and you can make anything possible, anything happen, okay? So that is today's video. I hope that you got something out of that. Where are my Leos at? Oh my gosh. Comment down below. Like, I don't know, I love me some Leos, and I know some people got things with Leos, but I love Leos. Like I lean into the warmness of the Leo energy, so I love it. And if you have any Leo placements, leave those down below. So I have Leo, let's see what, I have one Leo placement. I have Venus in Leo. So where my Venus and Leos are at, like you know, I see y'all, I know y'all out there, I see you guys. So hit me with your placements in the comments down below and I will see you all in the next video. Again, don't forget to check the website if you are interested in having a little one-on-one time with me. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, thumbs up, do all the things, or share this video because it does help the channel. It does help the message get out there, okay? Love you guys to the moon and back. Peace.